Hi, hi, my name is Mohamed Omar. Here I want to present the assignment of research methodology. Here it is the topic of the assignment or the selected research assignment topic, which is climate change impacts on water resource of Jubba and Shabelle rivers in Somalia. The climate change refers to long-term shift in temperature and weather patterns. These changes can include warmer average temperatures, but they can also include more extreme weather events like floods, droughts, changes of rainfall patterns. Jubba and Shabelle rivers are the rivers in Somalia that originate from the Ethiopian highlands, where the main streams and their tributaries are deeply incised into the steep slopes of the upper ridges, while getting wider and deeper as the slope comes down to Somalia. This is a basin continuously starts from upper parts of Ethiopia, highlands, and goes through Somalia to the Indian Ocean. Here is the kind of climate change. The climate is changing like this, as this temperature change in Somalia from 1901 up to 2021, the climate is changing like this, or the temperature in Somalia is changing continuously like this when it was cool and going to the heater or very hot. This is the changing of the temperature in Somalia. This picture shows that. Jubba and Shabelle river basins. This picture is the Jubba and Shabelle catchment area, or the basins that is affected by climate change from the water resources. This is because of the climate change impact. Drought, when we say drought, these rivers in Somalia are the most affected by the climate change in terms of flood and drought disasters. When we say drought, drought is a normal part of climate cycle that occurs in virtually all regions of Somalia. This drought frequently happens when it is dry season in Somalia. So it is a common phenomenon in the basin when seasonal rains fails, resulting into prolonged dry spells, exacerbating crop failures and poor harvesters. When it is drought, there is shortage of water and there is no crop harvest in this area. That's because the climate change impact. This picture shows the drought impact. When there is drought, the rivers or where there was some water before changes like this. The soil are divided and it becomes very small particles. This is the effect or the impact of the climate change in water resources of Jubba and Shabelle. Drought in Somalia. This map shows the drought that happened in Somalia. When it is mapped, shows like this. Drought impact on rivers. The rivers that I'm going to talk, or the affected area by the climate change, is the rivers. So these pictures are two rivers that they become dry now because of the climate change. This is the climate change impact. So the river, there's no water, it becomes dry, and the small or little water that become very hot, that cannot be used for human and everything. So this is the result or the impact of the climate change on water resource of Jubba and Shabelle. Floods, when we say flood, happens frequently when it is seasonal rain. When there is rain, the upper part of the rivers or the upstream of the rivers in Ethiopian highlands, there is a lot of floods comes there when it is rainy season. This makes flash floods or flood disasters in Somalia. Floods has become frequent and more intensive in Somalia over the last couple of years. We have seen a lot of floods in these last years. Flash floods of great volume and short duration are recurrent phenomena in causing extensive damage during the rainy season. This happens when it is rainy season. Each and every rainy season in Somalia, there is flood complaint in or along these two rivers, Jubba and Shabelle. Floods occur mainly when above normal rains are realized during the good and their seasons. These two seasons in Somalia, they rain. When we say rainy season, we have good and there. These two should have floods. That's the climate change impact happened along the rivers. Flood impactors. Here is the flood impactors. The people, you can see that they are in the flood. The buildings, the roads, all are destroyed by the floods, and the people are moving in the flood. This happened in Somalia. So this is the flood impactors that caused by the climate change. This is the flood mapping. This here, the map of Somalia is the flood mapping. When it's mapped, the flood, it shows like this. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you very much and goodbye.